Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Shalette, and my channel is called Shalette Naturally. I just wanted to stop in today. Really, I just wanted to talk about why I even started making this YouTube channel in the first place. But if you would please be so kind as to subscribe. It's somewhere. Is it over here or it's over here? I don't know, but when I put my watermark on it, I was so excited. I felt like I did something. I felt like I did. Oh, I did that. That's how I felt about it. I did, for real, honestly. But I created this channel anyway as it's a creative outlet for myself. It is a way for me to, because I'm a writer, I have writer's block. I haven't really been able to express my creativity the way that I wanted to. There's just certain things, certain path in a certain way that my spirit is heading and it's going. And YouTube right now is a part of this journey. It's a part of it. And we all have a sense of purpose. We all have a sense that we are here to do something, even though we don't know what it is. And a lot of times we're fighting to find our way in this realm of reality that we're in right now. What is it that my soul is here to do? What is my purpose? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just be here just to be doing what I'm doing every day, just scratching and surviving and just going through life, you know. What is my purpose? And I was in the church trying to find my purpose. I got called out of the church, though. And that was an interesting transition for me. I cried about it. And when I tell you I cried, I'm talking about the snotting, crying on my face, tearing, like, God, what is going on with me? What's happening within myself? I think the flags really started going off for me. But well, first of all, usually we adopt to the religions oftentimes that our ancestors have, or our parents were this, so you grow up in it and you don't really question. And I found myself, I'm an inquisitive person. I like to research and I like knowledge. And I'm going to ask questions. I want to know why. What's this? What this mean? And I was taking a religion class, and when I really got into the history of Christianity, which I don't think I've ever looked into before, you know, I blindly followed, because that's what I was raised. You know, my mama went, you know what I'm saying, her parents went, and you know what I'm saying, that's just what we knew. But there was just still something in me was just like, I don't know. But then you're raised a certain way, and it's like, girl, that ain't nothing but the devil. The devil got your mind, child. You better pray and call on the Holy Spirit and whatever, because you tripping. You tripping real hard, shouting. Like, you need to go ahead and get this together. But there was still something in me that was just like, I don't know, God. But when I went and took this religions class and really got into the history, and that was just the peak of the iceberg for me. It was just like, flags on the floor, flags everywhere, and I was just like, hold on, wait a minute. So I started doing my own independent studies, and as I began to study further and further back into the formation of Christianity, you know, Constantine, the Council of Nicaea, and you know, the whole control the mass thing, it really put me in a perspective, in a mind frame of what is it that I know for real. If it wasn't for me being born and, you know, raised in this by my parents introducing me to this, if they had not introduced me to this, what would I know? So I was just like, God, okay, I'm tired of struggling with this. I feel like I'm tormented on the inside. I feel like I'm torn. I feel like I'm confused, and they say that you're not the author of confusion, so what's all this confusion? You know, you're going for answers, and you're searching, and you got people arguing over what you call God, how you pronounce the name of God, and I'm like, it can't be this difficult. My relationship with my Creator should not be so hard for me. What's the problem? And I cried and I asked God to show me the truth. And I didn't care what that truth looked like. but just allow it to be my truth. And it pulled me right out of the church. And I was talking to another young lady who was in the same transition that I was in, but I think she was in it a little bit longer than I was, and she told me to listen to Bishop Carlton Pearson. And he was this big evangelist back in the day, tele-evangelist and everything. And watching this man who did so many works in the church, I mean, just to be as big as he was, transition and go in the way that he went, it just made me feel more comfortable in my spirit to say, okay, you're not tripping, you're not going crazy, it's happening. People are being called out of the church. You know, people are coming into another awakening. People are coming into another knowledge and another understanding of the Christ consciousness. Now, I can rock with the Christ consciousness. I get it. I can rock with that. And then it's so freeing in knowing that my relationship with my Creator is just that. Mine. It doesn't have to look like yours. Yours doesn't have to look like mine. It can be different. The only thing that we have to do is respect each other's point of views and respect each other's ways of thinking. So I no longer had the structure of the church anymore to help me through this thing. Like, I'm on my own. On my own, once again So I had to figure it out. So for a long time I wasn't doing nothing. But it still felt like you really need to develop a spiritual practice. You still need to connect with your Creator. God, how do I do this now? Please show me what I need to do to remain connected, and you know what I'm saying, like to express this need to express, you know what I'm saying, like I still had it. Didn't go away, the need didn't go away, but it's just like there's another way for you to go about doing this thing. What are you doing? Come here, Harley. He's just all over the place, crawling underneath the bed. I don't know what he's doing. But as I was saying, so yeah, the transition was very interesting going into spirituality. And really, I'm just really now really done packed my hobo bag, and I really just now started journeying. I mean, I've been reading books. I've been reading a lot of things, doing a lot of audio books on YouTube. I've been listening to, what's his name, John P. Manley. He was a big esoteric teacher back in the day. I mean, I've listened to Brother Panic. Just a whole lot of array of different type of people, different type of information, and coming across people who have given me a wealth of information and things of that nature. And, you know, and looking at root words, you know what I'm saying? Like looking up what the root word is of God and looking up the root word for this and all of these things. And it was a blue book Bible, I think is what it's called, that I had used initially, and my mind was just blown. It was just like, wow, you know, everything that I knew was a lie. I felt personally. That's just that's my own personal feelings and thoughts about it. But I really respect anything that anybody believes, and if it works for you, it works for you. And I'm happy for you if you found your place and you found your journey. I mean, I'm excited that I finally found mine. And I stumbled across astrology. Harley, what you meowing for? Who you looking for? Come here. Harley, you never meow. What's going on, buddy? What's happening? What are you looking for? What are you looking for, Harley? What's there? What you see? I don't know. My cat never meows. And he's just talking his little heart away. But anyways, don't even forget. I forgot where I just went. I forgot. But I felt the need to have, astrology. So yeah, so I stumbled across astrology. First, it started off by me seeing the synchronicities and numbers everywhere. And it was just like, what does this mean? So I started Googling. I still haven't purchased a numerology book. I've been really lazy and lacking on my reading. And although I love to read, it's just been being distracted in stupid, mundane stuff. But anyways, so yeah, so I went through a series of watching a whole lot of people on YouTube, just soaking up information, and just really trying to decide where I wanted to go and how I wanted to rock with this thing. So I decided first, conquer thyself, know thyself, figure out who you are. And when I pulled my natal chart, I was just like, what? Oh my gosh. I do act like this. Oh my God. I do think like this. I mean, even some of the bad things. I mean, I felt like I took a peek into my own personal psyche, and it was like very amazing. And then there is these 2 points in our astrology charts called the lunar nodes, right? Lunar nodes of the moon, which is the north and our south node, which points us to our spiritual destiny, which points us into the direction of our soul's path. And I went and had a consultation done, and I found mine. And I felt juiced up, like, okay. Now, it is something that I fear doing because I don't like publicly speaking. I am the type of person that's like, I'm okay fading to the back. I don't really need to be seen, or I don't really need to have the acknowledgement. But according to my natal chart, and not even just my natal chart, but foremost my natal chart, even in the church, I was being prophesied to that I was a teacher, that I was going to speak, and I was going to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had words to speak. And it was just like, okay. And there was a time where it's like every time I turned around, a microphone was being shoved in my face. I even took a public speaking class in college that same year that my religion class kind of, threw me into this whole loop of digging into further understanding of my own religion. I took a public speaking class, and I hated that class. I did, because I did not appreciate having to stand in front of all those people and they just be sitting there like watching you talk, and you trying to come up with these points. And my knees used to knock so bad and used to jump so bad. I used to be so nervous and so anxious just being up there in front of those people. But even still, in that, my teacher still saw a gift, though. And he kept telling me the entire semester that I had a gift to speak. And that I had a gift. And it didn't matter what nobody else said. Don't let anybody tell you different. You have a gift for speaking. And I was just like, no, I don't like speaking in front of people. I'm not interested in doing that. And then over the years, recently even so, I've been asked, like, have you ever thought about starting a podcast? Not really. Have you ever thought about starting a podcast? I'm like, not in particular. And then I went into and had my reading, and he was like, why you ain't got your own radio show? Why you don't have your own podcast yet? And I sat there and I was just like, okay, well, this is the fourth person that's asked me this question. So there has to be some type of confirmation in that. So, and that has everything to do with my North Node. And I will get in a little bit more detail about that later, because I really would have to get my points together, because like I said, I'm just learning these things myself and learning these things about myself. So I started this channel to show the creator, I heard you, I got it, and I'm going to go forth. So I just hope that in doing this, it'll open up doors and opportunities for other things, okay? because I really sincerely believe that you still got to do the work. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to put your foot on the ground. You got to hit the pavement. And this is what I'm doing. You are not about to pounce on my feet. What's wrong with you? My cat is tripping. But anyway, so yeah, so this is pretty much what this is about. And this is why I started to do my YouTube channel. And I don't know if I've said this already. I could be repeating myself because that's what I have a habit of doing. Boy, come here. Come here. Come here, Hartley. Stop it. I don't want to play like that. He wants to play rough and pounce and everything. You gonna say hell? Stop it. He nicked me. He bit me. Oh, Harley. He needs to play. Yes, he wants to play with my toes and bite on my legs and stuff. He's not overly aggressive. He's very sweet. And Harley is a tabby that claimed us. Okay, I was not a cat person. I was not really into having cats. I was scared of cats, but Harley changed all of that. And we adopted him. He's just as sweet as he could be. I would try to pick him up, but he wants to play right now. And I don't like the way he want to play. I'm not a cat, so I don't want to do all that swiping and everything, carrying on. Oh, and I just actually started, before I go, I just started to work with my ancestors. I actually haven't fully started working on my ancestors yet, but I did go ahead and set up an ancestor altar for ancestor venerations. That's something new for me. But I did make myself a candle. I made this myself to go on my altar, and I make candles, and I'm interested in doing crystal healing and learning candle magic to set my intentions. Candle magic, yes. It's different. It's different than what I was raised at and what I'm accustomed to doing. But it's not by chance or by accident that I started to make my own candles. I started doing that years ago, and I started to, I sold some, but I can put my intentions in these. And as I'm making them, I can put my thoughts and my energy and my vibration in this. And I put my love for my ancestors in here. And I put some rosemary, and I put some chamomile in here. And I have, I put lavender or essential oil as well as orange blossom. And it was smelling so wonderful when I made it. So yeah, so just opening myself up to, different things, other understandings, and just leaving myself to be open. And it's just enjoying the ride and just enjoying where it is that I'm going and where God is leading me and where God is taking me in my own personal journey. And I just want to share it. Because Jupiter is my chart ruler, and he's the guru. He's the teacher, and it makes me feel like I want to do these things. Like, I learn things, and then it's just like, oh, let me share you what I learned. And everybody, my friends are receptive, but they still have a different belief system. But I love them to death because they sit there and listen to me. They be like, yeah, okay, yeah. So then it's like, okay, well, start your channel and maybe you can reach somebody, or somebody is in the same place or coming from the same place you were coming from, or somebody has already come from where you come from and they're a little bit farther than you on this thing, and they can give you some advice, some tips. You know what I'm saying? So in order for you to do that for me and to help me grow spiritually and to allow me to share what I'm learning, I need y'all to subscribe though and like it. But I'm going to come back and talk more in depth about my North Node and my South Node placements. And I would advise anyone to really find that point and find out what yours are, and see if you're actually heading into your soul's path and your soul's journey. Because if not, you're going to reincarnate and you're going to come back to this mess again until you do. I'm not trying to come back here. Okay? I'm trying to help my spirit man, my spirit woman, anyway, to do what it came down here to do and help it evolve and be what it is that it came here to be, i.e. YouTube. I'm eventually going to start a blog. I am going to get involved in Toastmasters to get with my people and get comfortable in doing it. Trying to get, this is all about helping me get comfortable. Well, until next time, man, you guys be spectacular, be great. And I'm just going to come and make me some points and write some stuff down. So when I get up here and come back talking about it, you're going to be like, what the fuck is she talking about? She don't make no sense. Okay? So in the meantime, like and subscribe. You know, my baby said, Mommy, how are they supposed to know to like and subscribe if you don't tell them to like and subscribe? So I'm asking for y'all to please like and subscribe. I got a button on here somewhere. It's either over here or it's over here. Either way, let's help us out. C'est la vie.